everything
to
from,
match?
yes.
So if you put 10,000 or 9,500, which is what they're talking about
Or
going
just
to,
me and Tom.
absolutely.
31 times 10,000.
Now multiply that if it continues to the end of the day.
Would be $400.
Okay.
Yep. All right, good morning. Welcome to the United Mutual Board meeting. All right, do we have a quorum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, since we have a quorum, I'd like to call the meeting. It's a regular open meeting of the United Laguna Woods Mutual Board of Directors, a California non-profit mutual benefit corporation. And today's date is Tuesday, August 12th. Time now, 9:30 a.m. It's boardroom and also virtually available. Laguna Woods Village Community Center, 24351 El Toro Road, Laguna Woods, California. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct the regular United Mutual Board meeting in accordance with Civil Code 4930 and was hereby noticed in accordance with Civil Code 4920. Okay, let's have a pledge of allegiance to the flag. Will be led by Director Prater.
Please stand. Ready to begin? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any media present other than TV6? All right. Move on to the approval of the agenda. Is there any objection to approve the agenda as presented?
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
I second.
Okay, any objection? So approved. Item number 5, approval of meeting minutes, July 8th, July 24th, regular open meeting and agenda prep meeting agenda. Is there any correction of those 2 minutes? No correction, so approved. Okay, report of chair. Welcome again. Well, I've been mentioning many times, but I am reminding 3 important items. First one is budget item, and we've been in the budget season. Hopefully, we finished our version 3 of the our final budget for 2026 yesterday. However, there are many items which is not been yet completed. We will have additional information this afternoon by our CEO, and also some of the landscaping items, so on. So our financial director suggests me to set up additional special meeting before the next board meeting to present it. So any budget item will be discussed at that time. Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes?
I would like to request.
Excuse me, this is my chair comment. So if
Okay.
you have a comment, then
At
could you
the end,
please
I
write?
will do
Okay.
so.
Thank you. And the other item is this is election cycle. So our 3 board members are going out at the end of this term, and 3 members we need to elect new incoming members, and all the residents has a vote, a right to vote, right? So 1 per each manor. And I'd like to remind you of the important date. August 22nd, we have a Meet the Candidate. So they will come here and interviewed by the moderator, and TV6 will be on the air, and you have a chance, resident will be invited here and meet all the candidates so that you will find out which candidate will be selected by your own vote. That is your right, your obligation, responsibility as the resident to elect a right person to serve in our 11-member board like us, right? And so that's first important date. And those taped video will be presented several times on the TV6, but they will be announced later on. And then mail ballot package will be sent out, and you will receive around August 26th, the end of August. And then from September 1 and until the September 26th, there will the ballots. You have a ballot, and you will read the candidate statement, and then you have time to vote. And September 26th, we will have a tabulation board meeting here, and it will be decided officially at the beginning of October. Those new elected board members will be announced, and then we will have a organization meeting at the second Tuesday, the regular meeting. So please be aware of all those procedures and exercise your right as a resident, right? And then finally, Unity Festival. It's been advertised all those last month. And now finally, the tickets are available from the August 1st in the PAC ticket booths. And tickets, it's not there? It is.
They told me, no, they told me to go to Clubhouse 2.
Clubhouse 2? Oh,
They told
to
me.
buy the tickets?
I tried to buy them yesterday.
I'm sorry. Okay, but I was told that it was a pack, but I'll find out. But
And it works. It's, sorry, it definitely works. I went to Clubhouse 2 as well, and obviously my,
okay, Clubhouse 2.
Yes.
All right, so ticket price is $20. And already, if we sell the 500 tickets, the expenses will be set off. And after that, all the donations and sponsorship will be used by our mutuals and GLF, so on. So it's one of the exciting, revenue-generating idea. This is fourth year's event, so I don't know how much donation we will collect, but hopefully that continuously, since we have a sponsorship, the largest sponsorship is $5,000 by the company, and we got almost 20,000 donation plus sponsorship. So in the future time, this is a very popular place for the retired people wants to live, from all over the place. So if you got about $5,000, by one company, 200 donation, it's $1 million. And we could, lower our assessment fee, about $14, something like that. So continuously, please, we are still looking for the sponsorship, and also individual members can donate to a village community fund, make a check to there, and it will be available until the date, which is September 30th, 4 through 7:30, Clubhouse 2 and Lawn area. And then we will have exciting international food trucks and exciting performance, big band, and all the sponsorship. Sponsor companies will have an exhibit booth outside, and some clubs, we are inviting all the clubs under our GLF wing, and the club booths will be also set up in the room, Clubhouse 2. So please be mindful and bring your friends and family members. it'll be a wonderful event. And all the international and cultural, the exhibit, both items and cultural items, so on. It's not going to be, sold, but you could display all your arts and cultural items. And also you could wear your own outfit, so on, okay? So that will be Tuesday, September 30. Yeah, I already said that. Tuesday, September 30, from 4 to 7:30 p.m., Clubhouse 2 and lawn, right? Tickets, $20 per person. Thank you. Let's move on to open forum. At this time, members only may address the board of directors regarding items not on the agenda and within the jurisdiction of the board of directors. The board reserves the right to limit the total amount of time allotted for the open forum to 30 minutes total. A member may speak only once during the forum, and speakers may not give their time to other people, nor audio or video recording by attendees, and no rude or threatening comments. Members can attend the meeting by joining the Zoom link, which is on the agenda, and or email meeting@vmsinc.org to have your message read during the open forum. Okay, do we have any speakers?
We have quite a few speakers today. First person is Grace Stencil.
Excuse me, Madam Chair,
Yes,
can we make a brief announcement? If your phone is not in mute, please do it now.
thank you.
Okay. Good morning, board members, staff, and fellow residents. My name is Grace Stencil. I am the Disaster Preparedness Task Force Coordinator for Clubhouse 3. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today about disaster preparedness in our village. Recently, I watched 2 TV6 interviews, Fred Ajarian from El Toro Water District and then Aaron Kennedy from the village security. In both interviews, plus what we've been told at the disaster meetings, I took away that the residents are primarily responsible for their own disaster preparedness. Also, the city of Laguna Woods, the OC sheriffs, and the OC Fire Authority are our primary first responders. At first blush, it sounds like we have little to worry about because these great first responders will deploy to the village. However, realistically, the village is not the only area where these first responders may need to go. There are other places where people gather that may need their immediate assistance. For example, hospitals, other retirement facilities, strip malls, churches, restaurants, and more. Excuse me. We also are told that the city and village employees will be available to come in an emergency. But we have no way of knowing how many employees will be able to respond after 5 p.m. Currently, the task force is led by Village Security Director Eric Nunez, and with all their responsibilities, security is running thin. A task force subcommittee will help to ease some of their workload. The committee could consist of a representative from security, from GRF, a clubhouse coordinator, a good neighbor captain, VMS, whomever else you might think is necessary to be on this committee. They will meet regularly, keep the residents informed, and stay current with information on disaster preparedness, shelter-in-place plans, and exercises and expos. They can also provide information to the community utilizing TV6, the Globe, and speaking to the many clubs. I'm asking you to support this task force subcommittee. There has been a pet subcommittee for years, but for pets, but nothing for the residents. I find that to be incongruous. Quickly, I also want to comment on the website maze that the residents must navigate to find disaster preparedness information that pertains to them. This site has been updated 3 times since last May, and it still has some errors that were identified prior to the last update. If you haven't already checked out this site, please do so. Why is the resident information the last item on this site after RV storage? You'll need to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website. Please consider the safety of our residents by supporting this subcommittee, and I appreciate the ability to speak to you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Joan Milliman.
Good morning. I'm representing the History Center this morning, and I'm here to invite all of you to enjoy what directors need to know from the history of our community. One of the best books in the History Center is this Fulfilling Retirement Dreams, which you may already have explored. It covers the first 50 years of the community, and it's very valuable. Such questions as, where did we come from? No, that's another question, isn't it? How did Laguna Woods originate? How did we get over the fact that we originally had 56 mutuals and 56 governing bodies? 19 were united, and the rest were third. How did we get by that? Well, it's here in the History Center. You'll find out. What's the difference between co-ops and condos? You already know that, or you wouldn't be on the board.
Yeah.
Right? Uh-oh. You better visit the History Center. You can always ask the nice people there in the History Center to help you out. Ask a question, and you'll get answers that you didn't even know existed. How many boards did we have originally? How many boards do we have today? I'm sure you know that. But how recently was the last board added, and why? Those are questions that are in the History Center to discover answers to. And I hope that you will come and join us in the exploration of the village. The History Center is located next to the library on Calle Aragon, and it's open weekdays from 11 to 1, and you can just walk in, or you can make an appointment to come. And the phone number to call is 949-206-0150, 206-0150 for an appointment if you can't come during those hours. And they're pretty good about meeting you. Also, you can go online and read this book to your heart's content. Believe me, it's well worth looking at, even though it's before your time. Where do you look? Info at lagunawoodshistory.org or lagunawoodshistory.org. Both of those are the website for the History Center. And you can find many answers online as well, but I invite you to come and enjoy the atmosphere of the Community History Center. We are a unique entity on the campus here of Laguna Woods. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.
Next speaker is James Jones.
Good morning, one and all. How are we doing today?
Okay.
Good. Are we awake? Ready to receive? I was here a year and a half ago. Same subject. This place has a parking nightmare, and we all know it. Okay? Crap sits around for days and days and months. I live on Avenida Sevilla. Outside of my manor, there are 12 parking spaces. 6 of those are permanent storage. Permanent storage. 3 of them are nearly permanent storage, and 1 tends to be open sometimes. We're all old folks. Face it, and we're all about third graders that know the rules and know how to bend the rules, because every 3 days there's a ballet where the green car moves over here And beat up Buick moves over here and the Chevy moves down here. 3 days later, they move again because they're following the rules. The last time I was here, they kicked the can down the road, as Paul did this morning. That's an enforcement issue. No. You guys do a damn fine job. Security follows the rules. So who sets the rules? You do. There is ample parking by Clubhouse 1, ample parking by Clubhouse 3, and they say, well, the rules don't allow us to use that for overflow parking. Who writes the rules? You do. And it's time for you to do something. Change the rules to allow secondary parking in other places. If you go around the area here, you can count hundreds of unoccupied spaces that 95% of the time are never used except for some big event. Somebody said, well, if I park my car down there, how do I get there? Well, drive your other car down there. Okay? Let's be creative about this. You're my board. I voted for some of you, but all of you are my board. I'm asking you now to do something and not kick the can down the road. Okay? It's a safety issue. There are people who are not mobile like me who need medical transportation. There's nowhere for them to park to pick them up. It's a safety issue. We got FedEx, we got UPS, we got Amazon. There's no place to park, so they double and triple park. It's a safety issue. So my challenge to you is never see me again. Okay? I'm rude, I'm obnoxious. That's life, okay? But please do something. Because this has gone on for years and years and years because nobody had the guts to go up and change the rules. Okay?
Thank you.
I thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing some results from y'all, okay?
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Next speaker is Nancy Carlson.
Morning, everybody. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse. My comment is, as an individual and as a former United director, a lot of people know that, a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people know that I had to abruptly leave at the April meeting, and I want to thank Sue Kwam. You know that expression we say where it says, see something, say something? And I have my deep appreciation to Sue Kwam for saying, I think you need to get over the hospital. It's not up to the board to tell people what transpired, but there was kind of a missing dangling participle there, as I said yesterday, with respect to some of that information. So for those who didn't know, I had to go in and have cardiac surgery. So when you see something, say something. So thank you, Sue, very much. I want to thank Elsie for stepping up to the plate to fill a vacancy on the board in a mid-session when you're kind of jumping in the midstream as opposed to a new board starting all completely. So I know you'll do a great job in filling my vacancy. And I want to thank what shocked me was the extent that we can have impact on members, directors, and even staff. I was overwhelmed by the cards, letters, flowers, offers to drive me places from constituents. It was gracious and reached the depth of my soul that I can't possibly explain. And I just want to say, we're volunteers, but I got one heck of a paycheck.
Thank you. Any other?
Next, yeah, we have a lot more.
Okay.
Next speaker is Susan Singleton. Next speaker is Donna Carbach.
Good morning. I just want to encourage the board and any committees to approve the expenditures to install solar this year, while the cost would be offset by 40%. That's almost half of the cost. We all know the benefits of solar, and I believe that there would be plenty of use for the facilities, and that we know it's very unlikely that the 40% grants will continue. So we should take advantage of it while we can. That's it. Thank you for letting me talk.
Next speaker is Ann Beltran.
Good morning, and first of
morning.
all, thank you for all of this incredible work that you're doing on everything, our budget. I can't imagine how you have lives independent of this board. And the other thing I want to mention is that while I'm here also to support the GRF proposal for solar, there are people who might be on Zoom if the link had been provided in the notice. But I've been noticing lately in the agenda notices that are posted, there are no Zoom links provided, and there's not an email to email a comment. So I would encourage the corporate staff to check on those more rigorously. So I'm, excuse me, I'm here to support the solar opportunity that the GRF proposal has given us. I suspect that very few people in this village know about this proposal because it's been on kind of a fast track, I think due to the budget. And so it's just really a shame we haven't been able to have a town hall on this, or some kind of survey, or some way to wake up the village to this opportunity. And the opportunity is with solar installations on land and possibly some buildings in the village by GRF, that we could lower our GRF energy costs in the future. We all know that SCE increases over the coming years may total about 45%, and that does not include the cost of wildfires being built into that into future years. So the rates are only going up for our facilities, and there is this importance of now factor that has to do with this federal money that amazingly has been preserved for a few more years in the big, beautiful bill. And so if we get going now, we can actually save up to 40% of the cost. That would give us, for example, on the lot behind this building, a major solar installation of that would have a net cost of $2 million and a payback of 5.3 years. So this is really, really a great opportunity. As fiduciaries, I know you have a lot of hard decisions. One of those is to spend now to save later. This is like spending now on wildfire protection to avoid worse wildfire damages. It's like spending on a system to provide warnings for floods, like in Texas, in order to save lives later. Well, you could save energy costs for us in the GRF assessment down the road. So I encourage you to vote yes, to reach out to your constituents and alert them to this. And when you go to this meeting where you get to vote anonymously at the end of the month, I hope you'll vote yes, and I hope afterwards, as a board, you will write us an email, maybe through the president as you do your emails, to tell us how you voted and why you voted, because this anonymity in voting is really galling. And the last thing I want to say is that as a landscape advisor, I support 2 more cycles of landscaping, and I hope to come to more meetings to talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just to clarify Mrs. Beltran's comment, the link for Zoom and the email is actually on our website. So if you go to the agenda packet, it clearly shows it right here. So meetings at vmsinc.org.
It used to be at the top, didn't it?
No, it's down there, right? Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go to our next
Just
speaker.
to let you guys know too, it's also available on the governance calendar on TeamUp. If you click on today's meeting date, it'll say agenda packet, Zoom, and Granicus. You can click on any of those links and it'll take you to the proper sites.
Gary Serbanuk.
Good morning, everybody. I am Gary Serbanuk, and I am the president of the Laguna Woods Village Electric Car Club. I would like to invite the candidates for the board to come to our next meeting, which is going to be Monday the 18th at 7 p.m. in Clubhouse 1 at the Multipurpose Room 2. Are there any of the candidates here today? I want to give you a invitation. Any other candidates?
Here.
Anybody else? Okay, so we would love to have all the candidates at the next meeting. And Ms. Ho, I'm going to ask you if I can get the contact information for the other candidates to make sure that everybody has a fair chance to attend our meeting. And I'd also like to speak in favor of the solar program that's been proposed. And our members of the Electric Car Club would love to see solar on those carport roofs. And when we know that there was a study that's just been tabled about putting in more solar, but we would like to encourage the boards to look at the possibility of charging electric cars with solar on the roofs, or any other way we can do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next speaker is Joe Siri.
I'm Barbara, but I'm first. Hi, Barbara Siri here, and I want to second what Ann said, and I want to second what this gentleman said. We need solar panels. Now is the time to do it. I think it's Paul Durst from GRF, his PowerPoint show. Unbelievable. Everybody should see that. This is a well thought out, deeply analyzed presentation about the feasibility of solar panels. We have that land behind this building. It's ours for our use, including rooftops. We have the money. I couldn't believe we don't even have to borrow the money for this. We're getting 40 to 50% discount. We only have until, it's got to be started by 2027 or else it all sunsets. So now is the time to do it. But most importantly, all I read about in the Globe, in the letters to the editor, is the pain that people are suffering with their monthly HOAs. And wait till they see what Edison is going to stick to us in this next year, and the year after, and the year after. And Paul Durst said, we are going to look at over $1 million increase next year with Edison, not including wildfires. That is just next year. You wait until the following years. It's going to keep increasing. You wait till you hear the pain from your constituents in the Globe, in the letters to the editor. There is no reason not to do this. Please, think about it, do it, vote yes. And all the new politicians who want to get on the board, I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do about our energy costs? We have solar on our rooftop now. I pay no cost to Edison every year. This is not new technology. Somebody was saying this is new technology. It's got a really high maintenance fee. Bollocks, as the British say. Not true at all. Not true at all. We've had it for years. It works beautifully. It will work beautifully for us. Please vote yes. And I would like to know how you all vote, okay? Thank you.
Next speaker is Roberta Burke.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I live at 933B Avenida Mallorca. About 10 years ago, I had termites exiting one wall of my unit. VMS came, or the exterminating company came, and took care of that one wall. Fast forward now about 10 years later, maybe more. A neighbor of mine had someone working in her building, and in her unit, and he had to go up to the upper crawl space and came down covered in termites. Because of that, our building was recently tented and fumigated. And I must say at this point, everyone, whether it was VMS people or the outside services, were absolutely wonderful. They were caring, they were thoughtful, they were just wonderful. However, now that our building has been fumigated, and it's a 60-year-old building, how long have these termites been in there? Have they been exterminated totally? We don't know. Unless they send VMS a letter, we're never going to know. And I have not been able to find out who checks those buildings before or after to see who goes to the upper crawl space and who goes into the under crawl space to see whether or not it is structurally sound. I'm really concerned about it. I spoke to Patrick, who's the company that does the exterminating. He says, well, it rarely happens. Well, rarely is rarely, but I don't want to see the whole building coming down on me while I'm still here or on the next people that move in. So I'm trying to find out whether or not somebody with, not just to look, but somebody with experience that knows where to look, how to look, is checking that. And I would appreciate very much being told that it has been done. The other issue is that my experience living here has been that painting has changed from 10 years to 12 years, and now that we're over 60 years, it's now 15 years. There's a law which I'm not 100% familiar with, but there's a law about checking balconies. And I was told that they get checked when they paint to see whether or not they're attached properly, whether there's dry rot in the supports. The further out you push painting, the more damage, if it's going to be there, the damage is going to be greater, and it's going to cost us much more to repair. So I don't understand, as we're getting older, we need doctors more often. I don't understand why we have pushed out the painting to the 15-year level. And I would like to be told, if there's anyone here who's familiar with it, what the checking regulation that the state has put into place is, so that I know and I can feel comfortable that my neighbor's balcony is not going to wind up on my glass enclosure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, it looks like Joe Siri's going to talk now.
Hi there. I want to thank you for your volunteer service. I know it's not easy, but maybe it is for some of you. I'm here to support the GRF suggestions for solar energy, and I want to set the record straight on solar energy. In 1905, Albert Einstein invented the process by which solar photovoltaic worked today. It's not new. Ask Kaiser. Ask the high schools. It's not new. My grandfather had a solar thermal heating for water on top of his apartment. He's my grandfather. My grandmother moved here in 1967, so I know exactly about the history of solar energy and how you could be a leader in a way that no one has in 55 years, as this lady has said. Why? Well, first of all, the power company rates are going up. You already realize that power company rates at prime time during the day, when most people are using electricity, are at their highest peak. That's called a peak. You put in solar energy, you shave that peak. You save money. You save GRF money. You save HOA money. You save the money that somebody needs to run these crazy computers, all right, and vary the chances of getting a letter to you, okay? So what's important for you to think about is the future. The rates are not only going up, but they're going to price people out of being able to live in Laguna Woods Village, but maybe you want that, okay? So think about it. Paul, is it Paul?
No, it's Gary.
Gary. Gary explained something so beautifully, so well. The heat of the day. What do most people do in a parking lot? They look for trees that don't exist. You cover a parking lot with a solar collector, you plug your car in, and do you have to look for a tree? No. We got so much space. GRF has done an amazing job. You've heard from people already that if we lose this opportunity, you may never have it again. So do you want to save money? Do you want to have people be able to afford to stay here? I'm here for the widows. They don't make as much as men who talk too much, all right? But what's important for you to think about is the future. Think about the future, because as many of our grandparents and our parents who lived here believed that they could pass something on to us, think about passing something on that has a chance to make money, provide money for you, as well as not just be a consumer of electricity, be a producer, be a leader. Take a stand. Support GRF. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker is Sohiu Kalaj.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here to bring to your attention that the compliance department is not doing their job. they are supposed to be enforcing the noise bylaws, and they are not. We have made multiple complaints. Just contact the compliance department regarding this one particular neighbor and see how many records you find that we have complained. She is using her leaf blower not just once a month, not just once a week, it's almost every other day. She has no business cleaning the public street, sidewalks, the walkway. She's out there for 10, 15, 20 minutes every other day. This is noise, page 13 of the GRF. Multiple complaints, nothing has happened. And this is not just recently, for the past 3-4 years that I've been here. Something has to be done.
Okay.
We are asking the board to look into this matter, contact the compliance department, and I'm going to leave this. I'm speaking on behalf of my neighbors.
Okay. Thank you.
There's a signed letter. We are expecting an action to take place.
Okay.
I mean, we are at a point that we are thinking nothing is happening, and this is the last appearance, last appeal. Do something about this neighbor. Or we are going to have to take legal action against our own board? That's crazy. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Oh, yeah, just a minute. Yeah, we'll get it.
You can bring it up, Madam President. May I ask a question of this individual?
That's
No,
not the
not
appropriate
this
time
time.
right now.
Yeah,
so
not this time.
Hold off, please.
Okay. Well,
So we have a
yeah, later.
two or three more comments. The first one is via Zoom. We have a chat box. Mr. Bob Healy, I support the installation of solar panels, ASAP 2. Please vote GRF proposal. SC increases add to the importance of pushing this forward. I agree totally with Ann in her presentation. The next one is going to be via email with Chris Collins, foundation report of the Board of Laguna Woods Village. Bring a friend, make a friend, 2025 good neighbor projects. A sense of community develops in different ways, but the surest way is social interaction. For example, sharing experiences, making connections, discussing issues, solving problems. The disruption and isolation caused by the pandemic is slowly fading. Last year, using specially designated bequest funds, the foundation of Laguna Woods Village initiated the Good Neighbor Project to strengthen the sense of community. Given its success, the project is being continued and expanded this year. Getting to know our neighbors and working on community projects are some of the ways to create community. As part of this year's Good Neighbor Project, 10 Village Club proposals were selected from those submitted to receive seed money to implement activities that will help build community. The Buy High Club is participating without foundation funds. The 10 projects are all different audiences, activities, and purposes. To illustrate, one involves bread baking, one is targeted to game players, one is focused on golf to build community ties, one is a sing-along with ice cream, while one appeals to cat lovers and other creates portraits. All the activities will take place September to celebrate National Good Neighbor Day on September 28th. The hope is that everyone will find an activity or activities that will suit them. Bring a friend, make a friend, let's be a community. Find the activity or activities that appeal to you and mark your calendars to join the following, which are listed in alphabetical order. Further details will be coming in the weeks ahead. Please feel free to contact the clubs involved for additional information. For more information about the foundation, please go to foundationoflagunawoodsvillage.org. You can contact the foundation at 949-268-2246 or foundationlwv@gmail.com about any of these Good Neighbor projects. Number one, African American Club will host an International Game Day on Tuesday, September 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Clubhouse 2 Ballroom. A wide variety of games will be offered, including Mahjong, Mexican Train, Canasta, among others. Contact AAHCL Laguna Woods at gmail.com. Number 2, Camera Club will be hosting a resident and pet photography portraits with 9 dates and 6 locations to be announced. Contact Camera Club at cameraclublwv.org. Castle Music Social Club will host a Friends and Neighbors Outdoor Music Festival and picnic on September 20th from 4 to 6:30 p.m. in Cul-de-sac 45. Please contact BAMMARR@gmail.com. Cat Club will host blank. Chinese American Club will hold the Senior Citizens Festival for club members at least 88 years old on September 17th at Clubhouse 7 at 10 a.m. Please contact pfygc88@gmail.com. Community Bridge Builders will host a sing-along featuring old favorites with ice cream on Thursday, September 4th from 3 to 5 p.m. Contact lwcommunitybridgebuilders@gmail.com. Fit Brain Club will hold a 90-plus trivia game day on September 25th, which is a Thursday, from 9 to 11:30 a.m. at Clubhouse 1 in Room 1. Contact fitbrainlw.com. There's a men's 9-hole with no information. Then there's also Springbox Club will host a baking workshop Friday, September 19th at 11 a.m. in Clubhouse 3. Contact Springbox with an S, LW@gmail.com. And the Buy High Club will be hosting a dinner program entitled Superheroes in Our Lives on Tuesday, September 9th at 6:30 p.m. at Clubhouse 3, dining room number 1. It will be in a community building event. Contact dyoungdance@yahoo.com. And I believe we have one more speaker that has a landscaping issue.
Paul, next time when you read the email, you can also set the timer, please.
Okay.
3 minutes.
Although you read very fast.
Okay, next speaker, please.
I think there's one more speaker with the landscape issue. Name the first. No? Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Paul, did Mr. Collage leave a piece of paper that he wanted copied?
I was reading, sorry.
Can I get the name of the Zoom person?
Yes, the Zoom person is Bob Healy. And it looks like Dick Rader wants to speak as well. Give me 1 second. Someone's mic's on.
I think he wanted.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to pull up Dick Rader, if you don't mind, sorry. Okay, Dick, go ahead and speak.
Oh, thank you very much. I want to inform the community of a special village-wide town hall meeting. It's going to be held 10 a.m. Monday, September 15th at the theater. The topic will be how you can help shape village policies. You will learn how vital decisions are made, discover how you can participate in these decisions, even if you are not on a board. Whether you're a long-term resident or new to the village, this is your opportunity to be informed, engaged, and empowered. Again, it's a village-wide meeting for all Manor residents, and it is being held at the theater, 10 a.m. Monday, September 15th. Hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it, Paul? Okay, now this is time to respond to open forum speaker. First of all, Siobhan, do you have any responses?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. With regard to Roberta Burke, who was asking about balcony inspections and these state law, these have all been completed in accordance with the state law. We'll provide all the details to you, Roberta, so you have a copy of the law and what was required. But they have been completed, which is the good news. We'll also follow up on the termite issue. With
Please.
Mr. Collage, we've reached out to compliance.
Excuse me, audience. Can you please be quiet because session is on? Thank you.
With respect to Mr. Collage and the compliance issue, we have reached out to compliance and will provide the board with an update just as soon as possible. and with Mr. Jones, security will be contacting you about the parking matters that you raised earlier. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the directors? Yes, Sue?
I wanted to ask the gentleman if he's still here about the noise from the blowers. Is that person still
I
here?
think he stepped out. I think he left a memo there.
Okay. What I wanted to ask was whether or not there was consistent problems with debris on the sidewalks.
Okay.
Just for information. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay. No more comments. Thank you. Then move on. Let's move on to response to past open forum speakers. Director Kwam, are you ready?
I am. It was a very light
Microphone, please.
Oh, thank you. It was, we only had 3 people last time, and it was Chris Collins for the foundation update, which we appreciate. And then we had Dorothy Pacella. She commented on behalf of the History Center and stated that we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of Village Television. And Joan Milliman did a nice job in talking about that 60th anniversary as well. We also had Lauren Lutzenheiser. She expressed her support for GRF's request for the corporate members to approve the EV charging station infrastructure. That vote was taken and it did not pass. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, for your reference, audience or residents, I mean, when you have a resident's comment, if you do not have any response right away, we are following up from the staff and other information. So the following board meeting, it will be reported, like Director Kwam did, right? Okay. Okay, let's move on to next agenda item, CEO report.
Thank you,
Please.
and I'll ask Paul to put up presentation, please. I'm going to start this morning with key updates in our community, beginning with the wildlife preparedness flyers that are now available in multiple languages. As you know, we've been emphasizing wildfire preparedness and safety as we've entered the summer months. The important thing now is that we have vital safety information available in Chinese, English, Farsi, Korean, and Spanish. This helps folks be prepared. Can we pull up? Oh, there we go. Be prepared with the latest wildfire safety tips. Please find each version on our village website under Services, Security Services, Important Documents. The new resident portal launched on Monday, August 4th. This represents a key step in VMS's commitment to delivering high-quality, resident-focused digital services. It is shaped by resident input and tailored to support the distinct needs of our community. It features a new mobile-friendly design and offers faster, more secure, and user-friendly ways to manage household tasks and stay connected all in one place. Residents may submit and track maintenance requests with real-time status updates, view account balances, and make secure online payments, verify vehicle registrations and emergency contact information. You can customize your communication preferences, including news subscriptions and resident directory opt-outs. You can gain quick access to community resources such as recreation calendars, board meetings, and maintenance schedules, and use convenient links for external tools for performing art center ticketing, golf tee times, guest registration, and facility reservations. For resident safety and staff safety, the front and rear doors of the community center are now locked after 5 p.m. weekdays and 24/7 on weekends. This includes table tennis and Elm Room reservations. On weekdays, the building is open Monday through Friday until 9 p.m. And on weekends, the building is open from noon to 5 p.m. To enter after hours, please bring your resident ID card. Access at the front doors only. These are the south-facing doors. And you can tap or swipe your card using the black card reader unit. If the front desk is temporarily unattended, please wait briefly until a staff member returns to assist you. A reminder that residents may join the VMS team. Whether you're looking for a part-time or a full-time role, VMS has exciting positions open right here in the village. If you're ready to take that next step, visit lagunawoodsvillage.com and look for the careers page and click Join Our Team to explore all open positions here at VMS. Among featured jobs are the Assistant Financial Services Director, Social Worker, Senior Accountant, and Customer Service Representative 1. Fitness equipment upgrades are occurring. New equipment is being delivered and installed at the Community Center and the Clubhouse 1 fitness facilities. The Community Center fitness facility will open at 11 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. on Wednesday, August 20th and Thursday, August 21st. Clubhouse 1 fitness facility will remain open during normal business hours on both days to support early morning workouts. The cardio equipment may be limited at the Community Center and Clubhouse 1 when facilities open on Thursday, August 21st. Trash enclosure signage is coming to both mutuals. The city and the mutuals are collaborating to install new signage identifying trash enclosures. The signage installation is funded by the City of Laguna Woods and will improve service efficiency by helping residents and waste haulers to easily locate the enclosures rather than giving vague directions on where there is a problem. The community is upgrading from Code Red, which is you're all familiar with, to the Everbridge emergency notification system. Benefits of this change include multi-channel communication. Messages can be sent simultaneously via SMS, text, email, voice calls, and social media to ensure a wider reach and consistent messaging. It has an intuitive platform. Its user-friendly interface is easy to navigate and manage. What this change means for residents is that if you're already enrolled in Code Red through VMS, your contact information is automatically transferred to the new system. No action is needed to continue receiving emergency alerts. To verify or update your information, you can visit the new resident portal or contact resident services. To enroll or customize your alert preferences, please visit the new resident portal. Switching to the high-speed fiber project, residents are encouraged to get ready for Ting installations. Ting will be reaching out to residents regarding the first round of installations scheduled for fall 2025. To ensure you receive all important updates, please confirm your email address, telephone with resident services, or you can do this through the new portal, and recognize alerts identifiable from Ting. You will be contacted via email using the address lagunawoodsvillage@ting.com, and calls or text messages will be from the 714 area code. Also, we are introducing the new Ting ambassadors. The ambassadors are resident peers who can answer questions, share updates, and provide feedback directly from the Ting team. Their names are listed on the screen before you and include John Cornell, Cheryl Fennick, Dennis Kelly, Gary Russell, David Weingartner, and Sydney Whitney. Stay tuned for upcoming events to meet the ambassadors. And lastly, Laguna Beach Animal Services, who responds to wildlife situations, encourages our residents to report coyote sightings and nuisances by contacting them directly at 949-497-0701 and pressing extension 1, or by emailing coyotes@lagunabeachcity.net. Reporting sightings and nuisances help track activity patterns and support effective response from animal services to help keep our residents safer. And that's my update this morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Any question to Siobhan?
Yes.
Murat? Okay, Murat. And then you.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. With regard to the Ting installation, is there a beta installation program preceding the general village-wide installation, or are you guys starting just with the
Yes, there are
general?
test sites that are going to be installed first.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And our secretary.
Okay, Code Red is such an alerting name that we've been using for years. I doubt if I'll react to Everbridge emergency. Will we leave the main contact word as something red or something like that, red alert or something?
Or let me please check with our communication staff. That's a great tip to pass on to them.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more question and comment?
Am I allowed?
We don't normally do member comments for CEO reports.
Okay. No, that's not the procedure, right? You can write it down and give it to Paul, then we will answer you.
Right,
back.
right.
All right, thank you. All right, move on. 10, item number 10, consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are recommended for action by committee and will be enacted by the board by one motion. In the event that an item is removed from the consent calendar by members of the board, such item shall be subject of further discussion and action by the board. Is there any item that we needed to change or remove from the consent calendar? Yes, Paul?
So we do have a member comment on the committee appointments, if you want to hear them.
I think we need to ask for the board. Is there no member comments?
Okay, the Revenue Ad hoc Committee will be under the
Finance Committee.
Treasurer's report and the Treasury. Then that will be all of there, so it won't be a separate committee, it'll be under the Treasurer's Committee.
Okay, so no removal from consent calendar. So is there any objection to adopt it? There's no question on the, from the consent calendar. I mean, it's from the board, so please. Any question from the board? Okay, so no objection, so approved. Let's move on to unfinished business 11. Disciplinary update report. Is there a step to report on it?
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. So, agenda item 11A.
11A, right.
Yes, is your disciplinary update report. It is a report that's a snapshot of cases that compliance has for the months of May to July of 2025. We started the month with 352 cases, and we ended the month with 315 cases. Your noteworthy items are that animal nuisance, landscape, and nuisance overall cases have decreased. However, we do have clutter cases overall that have increased. And that concludes my report, short and sweet. So I'm available for questions if the board has any.
Any question from the board? Well, we have no question. Oh, yes.
This is for the gentleman who is concerned about the parking, and we have an issue in our neighborhood that's been going on since May, trying to get a car removed. Do you track that in this and trying to get this removed, or is it under securities information?
Yes, that's on the security side of it, because that would be part of the notice, the citations, the traffic citations that are issued.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, that's good. But this item 11 is done. And then let's move on to new business. I think you have a lot of
I
business
do.
here,
I should just join the dais.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
So your next item, do you want me to go ahead? Sorry.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Perfect, thank you. So it is agenda item 12B. This is the member disciplinary process. So since 2004, the board has established a member disciplinary process to hold members accountable.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the member disciplinary process, the board has established a member disciplinary process to allow for due process and a timely processing of violations that are committed by residents in the community, and members be brought forward to a hearing. The policy has been enacted for more than 20 years. It's been active. The cases that do, for members who don't comply, come before the member hearings committee for review and disciplinary action if needed. In June of this year, so a couple of months ago, California Assembly Bill AB 130 passed and was signed into law. Initially, it was a budget bill. However, it encompassed or included items that change significantly the rules enforcement process for HOA communities. The Assembly bill was opposed by many people in the industry and the homeowners association as it was written. Many a community association attorneys, including Mr. Beaumont, who is United's legal counsel, was involved in this. There was also advocacy across the state, and in spite of all these activity and all this involvement, the law still passed. So as it is right now, there are changes that need to be done to your governing documents to comply with the new law. There's a couple of documents in today's agenda. This is one of them. So the new law talks about or cannot impose fines of more than $100 as a disciplinary action unless it's a violation that's considered health and safety, which we will get to in one of your agenda items. And one of the other noticeable changes is that the results of your disciplinary hearings have to be sent out in 14 days instead of 15 days. So before you is the member disciplinary process policy, which was changed to include these changes, and at the same time, staff took advantage of the opportunity and reformatted your policy from 20 years ago and just reformatted the presentation so it accommodates to our current standards.
Right.
So staff is recommending that the board approve the amended member disciplinary process. And I'm available for questions.
I'll read it.
12P,
Resol-
12B item, right?
12B.
12B.
Yes, 12B, page 3 of 12, please.
Right.
In case you are lost.
Resolution 0125XX, member disciplinary process. Whereas the Board of Directors of United Laguna Woods Mutual has an equal interest and duty under law to ensure that the management of the community's affairs is carried out in adherence to the provisions of the Davis-Sterling Act, and whereas the Board of Directors updated the member disciplinary process to align with Civil Code Section 5850 as amended by Assembly Bill 130, now therefore be it resolved September 9th, 2025, the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves the updated member disciplinary process as attached to the official minutes of this meeting, and resolve further that Resolution 010480, adopted July 13, 2004, is hereby superseded and canceled, and resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution. This is the initial notification. We will put it over for 28 days from the postponement to comply with Civil Code 4360. I move this resolution.
Any second? Right, there's a second. Any question, discussion? Yes.
When you're ready, we do have one member comment.
Okay, all right. So is there any comment, question from the board? I think this has been working very hard with our compliance department and our legal counsel. Right. Okay, Paul.
Nancy Carlson.
Right.
My comment sources from, I was on governing documents and chair of member hearings, so my comment is related to that which we were working on at that time. We were updating quite a few of the documents. It's just coincidental that the legislature changed one of the statutes. So if you're updating this document, my recommendation would be include that which we were talking about both at GovDocs and at member hearings, which is this is a description of process, which the members read. And one of the things that we always tell members when they show up for member hearings is the first thing is have they seen the evidence? We don't say anything in the process. I think we said that would be a good idea to make the point that they should have access to the evidence before hearing. That's basically my comment to, since the document's being put together right now, this would be timely time to just insert that process statement.
Thank you very much for your suggestion. Any other question, comment, or do you have any comment on that?
So the process currently as set up, and will continue under this new amendment too, is that the due process requires that the member or that the member be advised of what the rules, what the action. Let me backtrack. Your policy and civil code dictates that the members know what they're coming in for or what this disciplinary hearing is for. So, and then it's part of the due process. So what staff does is staff sends out a disciplinary notice, which is a courtesy notice. the first letter is very soft. It's a softer presentation, it's more friendly. It's just advising that we received this report. This report is in violation of the rules. This is the rules and we're asking to comply. For items such as clutter, landscape items, things like that that are tangible, a deadline will be given within 15 and 30 days. And then for things that are not tangible, such as a nuisance, a violation, a loud TV or so forth, an action that already took place that you cannot quantify again unless it happens again, we just document it and make sure that they are aware of what rules they're breaking. The courtesy notice, which is your first letter, is very detailed. Your second letter, which is a final disciplinary notice, it's much more stern in the language, is also very detailed. It's stating to the member that, hey, you've already been advised that the behavior is creating a violation. This is the violation. It's continued. If it continues, then it has to come before the board as a hearing. If it gets to that step, which is the disciplinary hearing process, at that point, staff will schedule it. We do have your schedule, so we'll go ahead and schedule it for the member hearings committee. The member will get an official notice of being invited to a disciplinary hearing. That disciplinary hearing will encompass all of the activity that occurred that started the case to why it's coming before the board of directors. So any incident reports are documented and detailed in those disciplinary notices. Any copies of pictures or photographs that were obtained on the first inspection and the subsequent inspections will be included as well. So it is literally the whole entire case that's given to the member on what led to that hearing notice or the disciplinary hearing to come before the board of directors. So that's already included. It's part of your process. Yeah. It's required to ensure that United is doing due process and giving members ample time to comply. One thing that I should add to that, and I'll end on this note, is that right now you're currently at about a 75% rate that members comply with your first letter.
Okay.
So your first friendly courtesy notice, at 75% of those notices, the members comply and they don't continue on in the process.
I have a question.
Yes, Ginny.
I have a question. Thank you for the detailed, because that helps all of us understand the process. Going back to Nancy's question, is the first time that the offender sees the evidence that we are bringing them in for when they're sitting with the members' hearing? Or is that final letter, you're going to be in front of the members' hearing and here's why? Should that include the pictures and the reports and everything?
It includes it at every intersection. Yeah. So even at the beginning with the friendly courtesy notice, it includes it. And also, the compliance team has 2 compliance inspectors who are actively out in the community. And it's very common for a resident to respond to the notice and say, hey, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me to do. And staff, the compliance coordinator, is open to and willing to and able to schedule the inspector to meet with them in person at their place, at their patio, at their carport, whatever it is that's creating the violation. Okay. So, but to answer your question, yes, the first notice has the pictures. The first notice has all the language. It's just presented in a soft tone. The final notice or the second notice, which is what triggers a hearing, is much more stern language, but has updated pictures or updated information that we have. The final hearing notice that has a date and a time when they're going to meet with you has entire summary of everything that's happened since the day we opened the case. And that then translates into the staff reports that you receive in your agenda packet for the day of the hearings.
Well, thank you. Two things. One, they can't say they didn't know.
Correct.
And two, I love the
Right.
fact that you're actually making friends out in the community by helping to resolve these problems before they even get to members' hearings.
Absolutely.
So kudos to the compliance
Yes,
department for
absolutely.
that.
Our job is to deter the violation. Yeah, get them to comply before they come to you. Your board has been has given staff the discretion where if the member has something that's impeding them and they relay that to us, then the staff has the ability to offer extensions. Obviously, after reasonable extensions, then it gets out of hand, then we bring that up to the board. And we include that in our write-up to you as well, why, if it's taken longer than the normal timeframes, on why there was a delay. And mostly it's because staff offered extensions after it was asked for.
Thank you. Director Addington?
I have a question.
Oh, she has it, and then I will, yeah.
That's too bad, Treasurer Prater. Thank you, Madam President. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Francis, could you please clarify for the listening folk out there that something reassuring about confidentiality when we're presenting all this stuff to folks?
Yes, thank you. So the disciplinary process is confidential. We're held to strict confidentiality rules. We cannot confirm nor deny any of our cases. It is the number one challenge that staff has in dealing with residents, whether you're the person who's calling us to make the report or whether you're the member that is committing the violation and the offense. With the reporting parties, we take the information, we explain the disciplinary process, and we overly emphasize the confidentiality of our cases. We cannot disclose any of our cases, even with this morning's open comments member who spoke about a compliance matter. I have details, I have responses. I can't give it to them. I could give it to you in closed session, but unfortunately I can't do it in open session. And with the members, we cannot disclose who the reporting party is either. So they could ask us, oh, well, who made the report, or who it's my neighbor who's going in after me. No, we can't tell you who it is. We can't even hint at it. So we can't give you any information. We cannot also, to the reporting parties, we can't give them information on where it is in the process. We just advise the residents who do call and question and make the statements that nothing's being done, just to have faith in staff, have faith in the board. There is activity that's going on. There are members who speak out after their hearings, so you do hear the rumblings of what transpires in these hearings. The board and staff cannot comment on it, but that doesn't stop the member from commenting on it. So it is our biggest challenge, and so we do tell the residents the process exists. As you can see, I think it's to say that the last time that we changed this policy was in 2004. So it works. It has worked for many years. I've been in the compliance team for more than 10 years of the 20 years that I've been here, so it works. It's a great process. It's a great program. The board is very good with the members. And the executive committee or the member hearings committee, they're also now not the big bad wolf out to get the members. No. The committee is very reasonable. The committee is very good at letting them talk and having that conversation and how to help the member comply, because that's the bottom line. How do we help the member comply?
Thank you. Mr. Prater, last question before we vote.
All right. This might be too full, but anyway, I've been approached by many people, many more than 4 or 5, about noise complaints in the wee hours of the morning, and that they have called multiple times. It's still, there's been little or no improvement or response asked for. And we're talking about people in the wee hours of the morning after 2 a.m. Making substantial noise. And they call and they come out, and then it happens over and over and over, and nothing is done. How do you handle such incidents when it comes to complaints like that?
So we ask the resident to call security when it occurs. The security dispatch team will dispatch an officer if they're available, if they don't have other pressing items. Obviously, a noise complaint such as the TV being loud is lower in the scale than a neighbor having an emergency that requires an ambulance. But if there is an officer available, they will dispatch the officer to go to ascertain the noise activity and where it's coming from. Our team has access to the dispatch log. So if we get a complaint such as the one that you described, that it's like, hey, I've called multiple times, I don't see any activity, I don't see any action, our staff is able to go into the dispatch log. So if the officer goes out there or when it goes out there and they're not able to confirm the noise, the call still gets logged. And so my team will go ahead and look at that activity. And if the activity is showing a pattern, such as every 2 o'clock in the morning, someone turns on is going off to work or whatever and turns on the motorcycle really loud and let's say running for 20 minutes off on end, making such a huge ruckus to the neighborhood, and the pattern gets established, we bring that to the committee. So then we ask for direction. Is this something that you want to pursue, even though there's no concrete evidence, but the pattern, the dispatch log does show activity? Or do you want to have staff more involved in it, do patrols in that area so they're more closely accessible, put up cameras if needed? The board has directed staff to put up cameras for neighbor-neighbor type disputes. So that's how it gets handled. And so we kind of just keep going and going until it's either complied or goes down the avenue of disciplinary action.
So in essence, they have to keep calling security like they are.
Right.
Yes, yes. The documentation is key for the board to take action.
Okay.
And you want to look at it, and this is one of the things that we tell the residents when they call, is that will this stand up in court? Because the worst case scenario is that someone does bring forward legal action and includes United in their suit. So we want to make sure that the documentation of the security officer, the dispatch log, the disciplinary notices, the action that the board takes will hold up in court. So are you enforcing your own rules? Are you following your own rules? And are you giving proper notices? So,
Okay, thank you. Are we ready to vote?
You actually have one member comment on Zoom.
Okay.
Let me pull them up. Dick, go ahead and speak, please.
Oh, thank you. I have a suggestion. If you go to 12C in your agenda packet, page 15 of 18.
We are not there
We're
yet.
on B.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I thought you were. Can you ask me to speak when you come to that schedule?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, we are on 12B. So are we ready to vote, directors? Yes, please. Are we voting on the screen?
Yeah, give me 1 second to pull this
Okay.
up.
They won't
Yeah, we
stick.
cannot see.
No, you're still counting down. Keep talking.
All right, all voted? Yes.
We're missing Anthony.
Anthony.
Anthony, Tony.
If you're having issues with the screen, you can utilize the mouse.
Mouse, okay. All right, motion passes. Thank you. Move on to the 12C item, please.
Madam President, actually, we could jump to 12D.
D
I realized
first?
afterwards that 12D is needed before we discuss 12C.
Okay, all right. 12D first, all right.
Thank you.
Which?
12D, D, as in David.
Yes.
Page
Oh.
12D, as in David.
So this is the health and safety violations written findings. And do you want me to pause so that the resolution is read before my presentation?
Yes,
Okay.
resolution.
This is 12D as in donut.
I for David.
I have Unit D, so I know what to say.
Okay.
Okay, Resolution 0125XX, Health and Safety Violations Written Findings. Whereas pursuant to Civil Code Section 5850C, fines levied after July 1st, 2025 may not exceed $100 per violation, unless in the United Laguna Woods Mutual United Board of Directors Board sole and responsible discretion, the violation may result in an adverse health or safety impact on the common area or another member's property. And whereas the board must make written findings in an open meeting that certain violations create an adverse health or safety impact on United property or another member's property to levy fines greater than $100 per violation. And whereas United's current schedule of monetary penalties contains fines that exceed $100 for certain violations, many violations involve adverse health or safety impacts to United property or another member's property. Now therefore be it resolved September 9, 2025, that the board hereby finds the following. A health or safety violation refers to any condition, action, or omission by a member, resident, or their guests that the United Board, in its reasonable discretion, determines creates a significant risk to the physical well-being, safety, or health of the individuals or the integrity of United property. The United Board finds the following violation types are considered health or safety violations. 1. Potential for harm. Conditions or actions that could reasonably result in physical injury, illness, or property damage. Impact on community welfare. Issues that comprise the safety or livability of those within United. Compliance with codes and standards. Violations of local, state, or federal health and safety regulations, building codes, or fire codes, as identified by relevant authorities or professional assessments. Community standards. Conditions that deviate from the United's governing documents and create health or safety concerns. Resolved further, the board finds, based on the above criteria established to determine health or safety violations, that the following violations within United's current schedule of monetary penalties are considered health or safety violations. Any egregious or criminal offenses. Any alteration violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Any clutter restrictions violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Any landscape restrictions or violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Any maintenance violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria, which specifically include but are not limited to failure to correct fire safety, health hazards, or other dangerous conditions. Any nuisance harassment restrictions violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Any illegal activities or violations of portable storage container policy that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Any occupancy restrictions violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. any pet restriction violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. All traffic rules and regulations violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Resolve further that United Board incorporates by reference the schedule of monetary penalties into these writings findings and open board meeting minutes, and resolve further the United Board reserves the right to amend these written findings of health and safety violations at any time, and also reserve the right to make specific written findings about any violations of the governing documents that occur and their impact on health or safety, and resolve further any fines or penalties levied before July 1, 2025, long past, are not subject to the requirements of AB 130 and its amendments to Civil Code sections 5850 and 5855. These findings, therefore, do not apply retroactively, and all fines or penalties levied before July 1st, 2025 are unaffected, and resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution. August initial notification. Should the board endorse this resolution, staff recommends a motion be made and seconded to accept the resolution and allow discussion to ensure that the resolution reaches the satisfaction of the board. Staff then recommends that a board member postpones the resolution to the next available board meeting no less than 28 days from postponement to comply with Civil Code 4360. I move this resolution.
Any second? Second. Okay. Yeah, all right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Could you read that again? Is that what
Tony?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have one
You have a
comment.
second, right?
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. We have a health and safety issue going on today over at the wood shop. It's every day, and I'm complaining about it because I have a resident from United saying about it. So if we want to talk about health and safety, we should clean up our own house. Thank you.
Maggie.
That would be at a clubhouse, which is not
A
under United, so that would be a GRF
I'm just representing
issue.
a resident of United whose health is being endangered by the practice at the wood shop. Thank you.
Okay, yes, that report should go to
Yeah.
GRF.
All right.
United has no jurisdiction
Over
there.
there.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I can see why Tony is telling us. Many of us sat on the, not many, but some of us sat on the CAC, which is a GRF committee. Some of us sat on the Finance Committee. And so, you know, if he wants us to convey that concern, we will do so. Thank you.
Okay.
So if I don't drive through the wood shop, I'm safe? If I don't drive through the wood shop, I'm safe? Okay.
Okay, Murad.
Yeah, just a quick clarification. So I understand that AB 130 does not specify what a health and safety violation is, and it gives us discretion to determine that. But that's a legal, that's a law, a state law. What happens if we determine that a violation is a health and safety violation, but the member does not agree with such determination? Can we override that, or is there legal action? What happens next?
So
Thank you.
Thank you. So what staff is proposing, and this has been vetted by legal counsel, all these three documents have been reviewed and
Yes,
have been worked on with legal counsel together with staff. So this current proposal, the health and safety violations rate and findings, is to kind of set the platform that per the United governing documents and your rules and regulations, this is what you're considering a health and safety violation. So the category has been set, the definition has been set. This will allow staff and it will allow the member hearings committee and the board overall to impose fines that are greater than $100. Otherwise, you will be capped at $100. If to respond to your comment, if a member comes before staff or comes before the hearings committee and states, hey, I committed this violation, but it does not rise to the level of a health and safety violation, that would be a conversation that the committee and the board would have with the member to come to a resolution or to agreement. Again, like I said in my earlier presentation, the goal is to get the member to comply.
Right, okay.
So that would be part of that conversation.
Okay. Any more question, comment? All right, are we ready to vote? Yes. Are you abstaining,
Okay,
Tony?
Push abstain.
okay.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Now moving back to C. 12C. C as in Charlie. All right, can you read a resolution, Madam Secretary? You or?
It's short. Resolution 0125XX, Schedule of Monetary Penalties. Whereas the schedule of monetary penalties is required per civil code to identify violations and potential penalties which may be imposed upon a member following a disciplinary hearing by the Board of Directors for violations of the governing documents and rules and regulations by a member, co-occupant, guest, or lessee. And whereas the Board of Directors update the schedule of monetary penalties to align with changes to Civil Code Section 5850 as amended by Assembly Bill 130, limits fines imposed to $100 per violation unless the violation meets the criteria for health and safety violation. Now, therefore, be it resolved September 9, 2025, the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves the amended schedule of monetary penalties as attached to the official meeting minutes. And resolve further that Resolution U-9699, adopted September 10, 1996, is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution. Should the board endorse the proposed revisions, staff recommends that a motion be made and seconded to accept the resolution and allow discussion to ensure that the resolution reads to the satisfaction of the board. Staff then recommends that a board member postpone the resolution to the next available board meeting, no less than 28 days from the postponement, to comply with Civil Code 4360. I move this resolution.
Any second?
Second.
Okay, there's a second. Any questions, any comment?
We do have a member comment.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Dick, go ahead and talk.
Thank you. My screen just went blank, so I have to do it from memory. There's a schedule for the penalties. And in the section, the column that has the penalties, it says it's from such and such to up to $100. It then says, or $500 if it has to do with health and safety. When I read that, I thought, oh my God, if you have a health or safety violation, you are automatically going to be charged $500. That's the way it reads if you look at it now. My suggestion is, I think the intent is what I'm going to suggest. Perhaps it should read up to $500. And that takes away the possible confusion. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, it applies to $100 parenthesis, so
Wait.
up to. Yeah, right?
Okay.
Yes.
If you read it, it says 25 to 100 or 500.
Right.
That would be 25 to up to
Yeah.
500
That's
for
what,
health and
exactly what I
safety.
mean. Yes, thank
So
you.
it's-
All right.
I think it's okay.
It's okay. All right. That's exactly what I meant. Yes, Elsie.
I'm going to vote for it anyway, but I agree with Dick. If we just put in, well, like he said, or I'd put in, or 25 to 500 for health and safety. I mean, it's,
But okay, the schedule on 7/18 shows 25 to 500. That's the old one. I think, yes, if we just put 25 to 100 or 500, just
AB 130.
Change-
25.
Page
maybe
50, page 15 of 18 is the clean version.
Right.
If you want to review that one.
Oh, okay.
And I do want to point out that the top of that table, the header says the range
Yes.
of kennels.
That's good.
It's clear, yeah, so, okay. We'll just go ahead. And let's vote. Any further question? Okay, then let's vote.
Oh, I need to vote.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. All right, that's all for Francis.
That's
Is that
all.
right?
Georgiana, did you vote
Yes,
already?
thank you very much.
Francis,
Did you vote,
the
Georgiana?
board thanks you so
Thank
much
you.
for working, and your staff, working with
Yes.
Jeff and doing this so quickly.
Yeah.
This was tossed upon you, and I
Right.
know you guys have been working feverishly
yeah.
on it. So
And-
Siobhan, kudos to the compliance team for
Thank you.
this.
Right.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay,
Thank
our
you.
legal counsel, and she's been working very, very effortlessly. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to 12A. Madam, Second Vice President, I did not forget you. Yeah, town hall meeting,
Okay.
because we skipped.
Yes,
Because
this is-
Francis was there, so,
All right, well, we had a very good town hall meeting, oh yes, here we are. With regards to Ting, again, kudos to Jose, who had a wonderful presentation.
Mike.
I'm sorry. Kudos to Jose for his wonderful presentation. We had a lot of questions answered, a lot of questions asked, a lot of questions answered. And that was the majority of the meeting, I believe. So I'm going to recommend, given where we're in budget right now, that our September town hall be about our new budget and explaining how we got there, the process that we went by to do it, what are the advantages of doing so. That'll be led by Murad and Charlie.
All right. Thank you.
Does that
Okay.
sound okay to everyone?
Of course.
Okay, good, okay.
No.
Just asking the question.
No objection. All right, thank you. Let's move on to E, budget discussion and consideration, oral discussion. Well, as I announced earlier, that because our budget has not been perfected yet, a lot of small items, well, big items. So our financial director and myself agreed that before the next budget presentation to the board, it's good for us to have another special meeting. So we will have more discussions about unfinished items, including landscaping, including some of the issues that we have raised yesterday. So this afternoon, we'll have more information from Shova and so on. So, okay, Sue?
Okay. At our planning meeting, we had said we would, anything that was missed, we would put in this. And I appreciate what you're saying about having a separate meeting. but we have very few people attending our budget meetings, and residents need to view the budget meeting if they're not on Zoom, and very few are, via Granicus. And so you don't get a very big audience. So most of our residents don't get this information. Board meetings do have more people in attendance, and many watch on TV6, either today or when it's replayed. I think we owe it to the many residents who have landscape concerns that we are taking their requests for services seriously. If we cannot complete this item expeditiously, we can defer this. But I believe we owe it to our residents to let them know that we hear them of the landscape concerns and let them know how we vote. So I would like to quickly go through this. Again, if we cannot do this expeditiously, we'll move it to the other meeting. So with that, I'd like to honor where we are in the agenda process. And I have handed out the concerns. We were told earlier that we would come back to this, and it just, I think, got lost in the shuffle.
Hey, Director Kwam, was this added to the agenda during the approval of the agenda?
Yeah, it was the budget discussion and consideration, oral discussion, and Tom made that motion to say if we had missed anything or we wanted to add anything.
I didn't capture that in my minutes.
No,
Did
no,
the,
we did not
I don't
do it
recall
this
that
time.
being
Do you
stated.
When you have the consideration item in there, that would mean action could be taken.
What agenda item are you?
That would be 12E, and it was discussion and consideration.
I see that. Thank you.
Okay, like I said, I'd like to do this quickly. If we cannot, we defer it. But I think we owe it to the people who come repeatedly to our committees and to address this so that they can actually hear our discussion. So we had talked about, and we agreed, the majority of us agreed, that we need to add 2 cycles to our shrub bed cleaning. And that would move us from 4 to 6. That is half of what most have. You're supposed to have 1 per month. We are doing this every 3 months. So we have, the reason we are asking for this is that if you look at the bottom of the page, as of August 11th, 2025, United has 514 open tickets requesting landscape services, which is essentially double third tickets request. They have 6 cycles. There are 26 shrub bed maintenance requests from Third Mutual with 6 cycles. We have 92 with, and more added daily. United has twice the number of weeding tickets as Third Mutual. And landscape staff cannot satisfy these requests with 4 shrub bed maintenance offerings. They just cannot catch up and meet the needs of our residents. VMS hired as consultant, as they do each year, to look at a major area. They did landscape, and they said we should be doing 12. We're trying to get to half. And so yesterday at the budget meeting, we added to our reserves. We added significantly to our reserves. And we talked with a number of people on the committee, and we suggested that we move, the motion would be number 1. I move to add $7 per manor per month, which is $525,500 to the operating fund, or 2 additional cycles, 6 cycles of shrub bed cleanings annually, and to reduce the reserve by an equivalent amount for 26-27. Do I have a second on that?
Well, I have to ask, is that your motion?
It
You're
is.
not asking, I'm the chair. Okay, is that your motion?
It is.
Okay, is there any second? Are you second? Oh, okay. All right, second. All right, so any discussion? Yes, Narette?
I just want to understand, we are reducing the reserve by $7?
By $7 for this year. And then it will continue on it will come out of operating, is my understanding in the future. The reason we are doing that is that we significantly increased the funding for reserves. I wanted to do it either half and half or fully out of operating, but there was concern for the committee that it would raise the per man or per month. And if we did it this way, we could win both ways. We could increase the reserve and we could do the 2 additional cleanings.
Yes, Tom?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions as far as the average hours per request, the response time per request, how many requests per month around the shrub bed maintenance and everything. And I think some of those questions are going to take a little while to answer and everything. So unfortunately, I'm going to move that we postpone this issue until we have a special budget meeting to determine this, but no later than August 31st, 2025.
Sure.
So that'd be my motion.
Any second with amendment? Okay.
Point of information, are residents permitted to go to that next meeting?
Okay, so there is an amendment, amended motion is on the floor. So are we going to, we are going to vote the amendment first, right?
That's a postponement motion.
Postpone, okay.
I'd like to address that. I don't have a problem with doing this at a special budget hearing, if it actually happens. And I have been told over and over in the past years, you know, we will do this next year, we will do this next year, or, you know, let's wait and add it to the list and see where it comes up. I would like people to know that we are trying. And if we have the special meeting, great. Let's review it and let's vote it there.
Okay, Steve, can you please come up and comment on that, the procedure that we're going to have, you know, the rest of the time, because, until budget, we have no further budget meeting, but since there is no final decision that we made, we're going to set it up for sure, right? And
Correct.
we can discuss these things,
Yeah,
right?
so we'll work with the GM's office to schedule a upcoming meeting, find something where the boardroom is available, and we'll discuss it at that time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How will the residents find it?
We will notice the meeting just like any other budget meeting.
Okay, Tom?
Based on that postponement motion, the meeting has to occur.
Right.
It's not a choice.
Sure.
All right,
yeah.
thank you.
Okay. So, it's, thank you. All right, so, yes.
Member comment, if you're ready.
For comments, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I would urge you to move to have a special budget meeting based on all the discussions that we had ancillary yesterday to the budget meeting, business plan meeting. I think calling for a special meeting would be appropriate, so you might want to make a motion for that, so it really takes place, and then it makes Sue's request a guarantee.
Okay, postponement of the motion requires let's see, it's a majority, isn't it? Okay. So are you ready to postpone of this motion, right? Okay. All right. We vote. If you like to postpone this motion, vote yes. If not, vote no.
So just don't worry about the wording on the screen right now. This motion is to postpone the
Until the closed session, special
meeting, yes.
of the budget, right? Mm-hmm.
By August 31st. You know what, I'm going to vote no.
Okay, 8 yes, 2 no, abstain 1, so motion passes. So we are going to make sure that we're going to have a special meeting for the finalizing our budget by August 31st. Thank you. Okay, let's see, let's move on to F. 12F item, entertain a motion to approve the revised investment policy. Mr. Overman, okay. F, 12F. Resolution is on 12F, page 5 of 26.
Resolution 0125XX, United 2025 Investment Policy. Whereas on July 29, 2025, the United Finance Committee approved the United 2025 Investment Policy with the purpose to provide guidelines and limitations for the responsible management of cash available for investment, which applies to all financial assets of United, including all cash and investment accounts, both discretionary and non-discretionary. And whereas that all investments on behalf of this corporation must be made with the underlying principles in the following order of priority. 1, safety. 2, liquidity, where applicable. And 3, yield. And whereas it is the policy of United to invest members' monies in a manner which will provide the maximum security of the principal while meeting the cash flow needs of United, in addition, these investments must conform to all state of California statutes governing the investment of common interest development monies. Every effort must be made to match maturities to known cash flow needs. Now, therefore, be it resolved, September 9th, 2025, the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves the United 2025 Investment Policy as attached, and reserve further the resolution of 012320 adopted on April 11, 2023 is hereby superseded and canceled. Resolved further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution. August initial notification. Should the board endorse the proposed revisions, staff recommends that a motion be made and seconded to accept the resolution and allow discussion to ensure that the resolution reads to the satisfaction of the board. Staff then recommends that a board member postpone the resolution to the next available board meeting in no less than 28 days from the postponement to comply with Civil Code 4360. I move this resolution.
Any second? Okay, Charlie seconded. Yes, can you please guide us?
Absolutely. Thank you, Board, very much. So I'm going to read on page 3 of 26, simply just the recommendation before I give you just a little bit of background. Staff recommends the board approve the revised investment policy permitting up to 40% of the total invested funds to be held to maturities greater than 3 years, but not exceeding 5 years, with the definition of total funds expanded to include any amount temporarily distributed to the cash accounts. This change ensures the policy reflects the actual investment strategy and prevents technical non-compliance caused by short-term reallocation of funds. So the reason why this proposal is before you is simply put that every year we have to, we bring to the board's attention the need to transfer money temporarily from the reserve funds to the operating funds in order to manage things like property taxes and prepaid property insurance. What we noticed by doing so is that we are selling off, at least in this past year, $2 million of some of your shorter term investments. And as soon as we sold in April that $2 million and moved it over to the operating, that threw you out of non-compliance because your overall invested balance of $12 million reduced to 10. So this recommendation that's before you just revises the terminology of total funds invested. It puts that $2 million back into the total. So therefore, you're not out of compliance with your existing investment policy during that repayment period. and that prevents you from having to, every time we do a borrowing, to sell off some of your longer-term investments every single year. It allows you to stabilize your investments and have higher yields because we're simply just trying to make certain that we don't fall out of compliance. Thank you.
Any questions from the board? Comments? Okay, ready to vote? Please vote. If you consent the motion, vote yes. Otherwise, vote no. Okay, motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much.
We're still missing Sue.
Ah,
Sue.
oh, Sue.
Oh, I did. Oh, let me try again.
I saw.
Did it come
Okay,
up this
thank you.
time? Yeah.
Right, unanimously approved. Thank you very much. Are we taking any break? All right, 10 minutes break and then come back. I wish I'd known. Yes,
It says 11, but we're only 10.
No, it came up.
it came up, yeah. Sue did it, 11, it came up.
No, there's only 10 of us. Video's on Zoom?
Yeah, Vidya's on Zoom. Earlier she came on an iPad, so we didn't recognize her, but she is on Zoom.
She's on Zoom now,
Yes.
right, so 11, right, we got unanimously, fully approved. All right, let's, now the time is 11:32. So we are coming back. are on now. Okay, let's get back to the session, please.
Let's have some fun here.
All right. Ready?
With finance.
Okay, we are on, please. We are moving on to committee report, United Community Reports. Yeah, I already did. Okay, 13A, report of Finance Committee and financial report by our Treasurer, Director Prater.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone, and we're going to go through the financial part. I want to point out this is as of June 30th, so we're talking about June ending date. So somebody brought up a question that had happened in July, so we're trying to, am I getting feedback or we okay? Okay. All right. Let's look at the first slide here. Here we go. We have the reporting period through June 30th of the total revenue for United was 30.9 million compared to the expenses of 28.6, resulting in a revenue net of 2.2. Okay. Number 2. We're keeping our eye on it as always. Okay, the operating fund shows a surplus of 1.5 through the reporting period. This table shows how much our revenue went into operations, with 14.8 coming in from assessments and 758,000 coming from non-assessment revenue. This is compared to the operating expenses of 14 million for that period. Here we're looking at the full income statement and compares these results to the budget. We see that United ended the period better than budget by $98,000 when combining all the funds. Number 4, significant variances from the budget were attributed to the following: materials and supplies, $489,000, favorable through maintenance and construction due to timing and invoice programs such as the interior compliance, electrical appliance, paint, which follow a 90-day invoice policy. There's no change that this policy is always going to look like this for quite a while. Compensation, as you can see here, favorable, primary to, again, the maintenance and construction due to open positions. Impacted areas include carpentry, building maintenance, paint, and ground maintenance. Recruitment is definitely in progress with VMS and HR. Our outside services, 902,000, unfavorable, primary to maintenance and construction, landscape, due to a combination of work being completed earlier than it's anticipated, the budget timing. So if this program is actually going to look better as we go along into the last 6 months of the year. A lot of that was for roof replacements, tree maintenance, and waste line remediation. Forward. There we go. Here's a pie chart that shows the non-assessment revenues earned to date of 999,000. Revenue is organized by category, starting with our largest revenue generating category, fees and charges to residents, followed by investment income, laundry, and so forth on this table. Next. This table is the same 997 of non-assessment revenue as presented in the previous chart, and compares it to the current year's budget in last year's budget. Here's another pie chart. We see the expenses to date of $28.6 million, showing that our largest categories of expense are employee compensation, followed by property tax, outside services, insurance, and utilities. I want to make sure that everybody's aware of this, especially since our outside services, insurance, utilities, and property taxes are always in an increasing mode. The table shows the same as the 28.6 million that we just talked about, as presented in the previous pie chart, compares it to the current year's budget, prior year's year-to-date actuals. Okay. Our fund balances are shown here. Contingency fund balance on June 30th was 656. Contributions collected were 57,000. No expenditures have been incurred during this date period. The result of fund balance as of June 30th was 13.7. Contributions and investment revenue collected $7.5 million, while expenditures were 6.8. We compare these on operating funds balances and historical fund balances for the past 5 years in this chart, which has an average of 18.1. This table illustrates a scheduled repayment. The temporary borrowing from the reserve fund, United has always kept it. We do keep an eye on this all the time. On April 8th, the board approved temporary borrowing from the reserve of $6.5 million. The borrowed monies are scheduled to be paid back fully by October 31st of this year. Here's a resale history from 2023 to 2025. Through June 30th, United resales totaled 156, which is a 17 resale less than the prior year for the same period. The average year-to-date price of a United Manor was $388 for the United. Like I said, this is United, which is $2,000 more than the prior year in the same period. And that's the total of the slides, but I'd like to make a comment to let everybody know it is important for members to come to the financial meetings and the budget meetings. We really need your input. We love to see people at these meetings, so please, if you can, come and be involved. That will be Diane.
Yes. Yes, Jenny and Sue, and then Marat.
Okay.
Thank you. You know, I've been looking at this, and you and I talked about this financial report, fund balances, which is slide 10.
Okay.
I've been looking at this since October. And this is supposedly a restatement of our reserve. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. It's great that we know what our average is. But more importantly, where are we in terms of our financial readiness? And I think I would like to see this chart reflect more of this is where we want to be, this is where we are, versus this is where we are. So more like a green, yellow, red, or green, yellow, red type of situation for a more visual impact. To me, the average line means nothing. It's where are we, where do we want to be, how far are we from that chart? I think it's more actionable at that point. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to answer that because I think it's I have the notes on this to make such changes. To get with Steve over in finance and see what we can do to rearrange this a little bit. The average line is fine, but I'd rather see a goal, and I'd rather see how we are into the reserve, what it should be, what it shouldn't be exactly, to people know that we're doing it. And another thing we need to point out too is the work on the 26 budget that's taking place. I want to commend this board for doing the progress that we're doing, especially lately. We're making moves to increase our reserve. Yes, Madam Chair?
Yeah, reserve study will show that, but according to our business plan book, we call it green book, right? And there is a level of it, it shows that our whole year, the level is green or yellow, and so I think monthly, yearly, yeah. So anyway, when August, when the reserve study has been done, and Steve said he's going to present us, that we will have that chart. But every month they're showing this one doesn't mean anything.
It
I
doesn't
don't
mean that
think,
much.
because it
Exactly.
doesn't-
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. That's why
Right.
we're going to work on that.
Right, yeah, okay.
I think, Madam Chair?
Yes.
The Finance Committee. In the earlier motion, the Revenue Ad Hoc Committee was, I don't know what you would call it, it's no longer in existence. They zeroed it out. So if the question that I have is on the revenue side, are you going to follow up from that under the Revenue Committee? Did this fold into the Revenue Committee, or how is that going to be handled?
Yes, what happened is I've been chair of the committee. The thing is, the whole year we've been working, many different issues, what kind of possibilities they will have of bring the revenue from the time that Tony, initially proposed it a year ago. And then, so we studied very hard, and then we found out, with the legal counselors, the help, because there are certain things we can do. Actually, we found that there are more things we cannot do than we can do because of the situation, nonprofit and tax and, feasibility, that kind of stuff. We studied very hard. So finally, we got a conclusion, a couple of items that we could do it. So last time we brought to the board that we will have that rental program from inside rather than we give to the realtor. We probably run our own rental program. So now I think it's very focused, and that is the first item that we could really do the actually implication and actually doing it. So staff, finance committee, we decide that we will not have further discussion as a regular committee because it takes up a lot of energy and time for the staff, and also we have too many committees. So we decide not to have a revenue committee or our revenue ad hoc committee anymore, and bring all the items to the finance committee. So now item is being studied and implemented and feasibility by the finance committee to the staff people. So as long as we know that they are looking and working with the realtors and our staff people and so on, and as soon as they get, hopefully, like somebody suggested yesterday in budget meeting, that we could imply about, we projected initially about $800,000 maximum could be generated if everything goes as we hope for. Then that revenue budget could be, added to our next year. That was our hope, but it seemed like that it is not ready yet. Those facts and data and numbers. So as soon as staff members are ready to present that figure and number, then we will move on to it. So it seemed like that in the future time, the finance, we made an action that Revenue Committee will report all those possible items dealing in the Finance Committee. That's why it's been scratched out, and that was a decision we made. So that's what we have, we are having that status right now pending. So as soon as they are ready, they will bring up to the Finance Committee and then bring up to the board. Okay? Right. Thank you.
I think Murad is.
Murad was next.
Sorry.
Yeah, Murad and Maggie.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Speaking of the budget meeting, yesterday a member made a comment regarding our resale volume, and she stated that they are down. And it is true, when I see the number of resales last year for the first 7 months, they were 215 compared to 184 this year. So yes, they are down 31. That is true. However, what is also true, on the following page, it shows that in our leasing report, it shows that the subleases are up 34 from
Yeah.
last year. So if you add both resale transactions and sublease transactions, we're actually flat. We
Yeah,
are not down
that's it.
14 or 15%, we're flat. I just want to make the point here that
Yeah.
it is just that some people decided to rent instead of buying, but overall, if you add the two
Exactly.
transactions together, we're actually no higher or lower.
Okay, and also additionally, my comment is that I received additional information not only for the United Mutual, but also other mutual, third mutual. And their sale numbers also down, not as much as ours are. So I don't think only reason is that our reserve level, because of reserve level, resale value is getting lower. So we might have a lot of different factors. It's worth to look at it, why. However, just, do not misrepresent that is the only reason, and so on. So
And that's exactly my point, Madam
Yeah,
Chair.
exactly. I agree with
It is
you.
not because our reserves are down
Yeah.
that people are not buying.
Exactly.
People are renting more,
Yeah.
at least this year. So
And-
there are many factors involved, and reserves may be one of them, but certainly not the one.
And also outside the market,
Correct.
We are not the only one influenced it, right? So we need to be very careful about how to present. Oh, okay, Maggie.
Okay,
And then-
if you look at page 10, we have a history, okay? If you want a goal, I mean, you could make 30 there instead of 23 and have a goal up here. It's not relevant. See, if having a goal, we have the past history and we can only relate to what we have done in the past. What would be the value of us setting a goal of, say, 26 million? What would be the value of that? Nothing. Okay, we have the history which shows what we can do, but we can't all of a sudden say, oh, but our goal is 26. Based on what? See, so it just, I don't understand how you can have a goal up there that would be of any lasting value. Of
Well,
course, ours is to have the much as you can.
Yeah.
But really, what does that mean?
I mean, goal is 100%, I believe.
So I say we leave the chart as it is.
Oh,
Thank
okay, well,
I disagree.
right. Well, treasurer, it's up to you. Okay, yes, Tom?
Yes, the goal would be some percentage on the reserve study
yeah.
that we're trying to get to.
Exactly.
Not necessarily 100%, but we
Right.
certainly don't want to be in the red.
Right.
And it'd be determine what level we want to be at would be that goal. So right now, if you looked at it, you would see a huge difference between where we at least think we should be and where we're at. So that a separate bar chart, not a separate line chart versus a bar chart would show that.
Thank you for clarification.
I mean, that's like saying you want 52 presents at Christmas, and you get
Oh, well.
48. I mean, it's totally.
Right, thank you. Yeah. Okay, any more questions too? Oh, yes.
We normally don't do this. Did you want to take a member question or comment at this time on the report or no?
Go ahead, who is it?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Roberta Burke.
Is it okay?
Yes, go ahead, yes.
I realize it's late and I'm sorry to take your time, but there's something on the original chart where it shows outside services, that red bar. I think there would be other people in the community that feel the way I do. I, having lived here this long, have recognized the tremendous increase. I can only see landscape. I don't know anywhere else of outside services. And I've been very concerned about it also because I don't see any oversight for it. But aside from that, I'm wondering, most of, let's say, landscape, because that's what I'm familiar with, are there because we're using outside services because we're shorthanded in the help that we have here. Obviously, fumigation is not going to be ours. It's going to be an outside service. So outside services is made up of those that we can't find for ourselves and those that we must used as outside services. So if we take those that we're hiring outside service for to replace those that we don't have our own anymore because we can't find them, we're not paying those salaries. Am I right? No. The salaries for the landscape people that we can't find, we're not paying. So we use outside services. So that portion of that red number is really smaller than it appears. Am I right?
Okay,
Yes,
I'll take this.
Yes. Number-wise,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
add 2 and 2, so, but I'm just looking
No,
at the part.
no, that's okay. It's a good thing you're asking this. The outside services, yes, is unfavorable by $902,000. Okay. And you see above that, the employee compensation is green by 430, okay? We're green in there because we have open positions, okay, that we're not paying. That's why you do see a green.
Oh, I
okay?
misunderstood.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. So that's why you see such a green on the side here. Okay, a lot of the red, okay, is with a little bit that is landscape, okay? The majority is maintenance and construction because the maintenance we're doing on the sewer lines and the roofs and those
We must
categories.
use outside.
So we
for
don't
that.
have choices,
Right.
yes.
Okay, that was
Thank
what I
you.
want. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. And clearly, it says here, which is a good thing, the combination of the work being completed earlier than
There-
anticipated.
Right.
So even though it
Right.
wasn't budgeted for this period, it's being completed, and therefore,
Yeah,
the money is owed
already
this
paid,
period.
right.
That's
Okay.
a good problem to have.
All right. All right, thank you. Any more questions for our treasurer? No more. Let's move on to 13B, report of the Architectural Control and Standard Committee, Director Liberator.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We didn't have a meeting in July, and our next meeting is going to be on the 21st, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, it's on this, I'm sorry, next Thursday, July 17th, 9:30 here.
Okay, July?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Reading this.
All right, August 21. Next meeting.
August 21st.
Right.
Yep,
Okay.
August 21st, that's right.
All right, thank you. C, report of member hearing committee, Director Blackwell, please.
Okay, we had a great time at member hearings.
We did.
And so we had a lot of puzzlement and a lot of discussion, and it was a very good meeting. And it's always good to hear from the residents directly. And so we will have our next meeting at the scheduled time.
Okay, governing doc review committee.
Okay, the Governing Docs Committee met on July 17th. No, we met, yes. And we are meeting August 21st. We're doing the candidacy application and the membership election and voting policy and some other things. So we've got a lot of stuff in the works. If you like to hear all the twisty turnies of the law and regulations, come on in. It's nice to have Elsie back on that committee. We've had her before. Thank you very much. So August 21st at 1:30.
Thank you. 13E, report of landscaping committee, Director Kwan, please.
Yes, we are not going to have the meeting in July 17th. We did not have the meeting on July 17th as we did not have any requests that needed to be acted upon at that time that staff couldn't handle. What happened at the prior meeting was we had a full boardroom full of people concerned about coyotes and additional items that they had. So we afforded them the opportunity to speak. We had a town hall following that, and then the board president issued a response on those concerns. The other thing that was brought up was irrigation. Our irrigation costs are escalating. It's been very dry, and so we've had to irrigate more, and that's been reflected in the budgets. So, thank you.
Thank you. F, report of maintenance construction committee. We did not meet in July, and we are going to meet August 27th. And washer and dryer pilot program is coming up. So hopefully I have something to propose or report to you. All right. Okay, report of the United Energy Subcommittee, Director Roberto.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We didn't have a meeting in July. We're going to have one in August 28th at 4 p.m. No, I'm sorry. August 28th at 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom. And I urge people to come here because I've done a lot of research on this solar thing and also on SoCal Edison, and it's kind of shocking what I've discovered. So if you want to find out about research that's going on in the solar business and what's going on with SoCal Edison, please attend the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Report of the United Residents Advisory Committee, Director Willis.
Our last meeting was July 10th, and the next one is August 14th, which is this Thursday at 4 p.m. in the Elm Room. And so I would say if anyone has an issue that's fallen between the cracks, come by and tell us, and we'll see if we can help with it.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to GLF Committee highlights. A report of the GLF Finance Committee. I see Director Gatsby was there, right? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair.
Right.
I reported on the June 18 meeting and the last board meeting. The next meeting is on August 20th at 1:30 in the boardroom.
Thank you. And community activity committees, Director Costello, please.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee last met on June 12th. The highlights of that meeting were presented at this open United Board meeting in July. We did not have one in July. Our next meeting is August 14th at 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom.
Thank you. C, report of GLF Landscaping Committee, Director Kwon, please.
Okay, the year of the landscaping meeting scheduled for 8/13/25 has been canceled, and we're going to meet on Wednesday, November 12th at 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom.
All right, thank you. GLF Maintenance and Construction Committee, again, that July we didn't have it, and tomorrow morning, 9:30, we are meeting it. So we'll see. I didn't even have a read the agenda yet. I'm going to do it this afternoon, so I'll report you next time what happened. Thank you. All right, D, and that is, and Space Planning Committee also have not met. We are going to meet in September, I think. The first week of September is scheduled regarding all those Space E-building. If it is has to be renovated, what is the status of it, or the study by some contractor that should be presented earlier committee, but they were not ready. So we all the committee members were a little upset about it, but hopefully next time it will be presented, and then we direct which direction we should go. All right. All right. Let's move on to E, report of Mobility and Vehicle Committee, Director Costello.
Thank you. The committee met on August 6th. At that meeting, a request for $115,000 to replace 7 utility vehicles was considered and recommended to the GRF board for approval. Our next meeting is November 5th at 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom.
Thank you. Broadband Committee, Director Tuning.
Yes, our next meeting's October 8th, and that committee primarily just oversees what's going on with broadband, and there's a ton of information out there on different sites and everything. So members can read about that on the website or through the different programs that are being presented throughout the community.
Okay. Right. All right. Thank you. Yes.
And the best news for that is not all of us have to give up CommLine. There are ways you can keep your commline.com. So that was the best news I've heard all year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Report of Security and Community Access Committee, we met again June 25th, and last time that I reported that security camera location map was given, which was very interesting and very helpful. If you need that copy of it, put on your refrigerator. It will be available somewhere. So where our security cameras are located.
I don't think we should tell.
Well, anyway, next meeting is going to be, let's see, August 27th and 1:30 p.m. boardroom. All right, let's move on to the village traffic hearing. Director Kay, is she on?
Looks like she just wants to type it out. We had the last meeting on July 23rd, and the next meeting will be
August 20th.
August 20th,
Thank you.
next Wednesday.
Yeah, report of the Disaster Preparedness Task Force, Director Willis.
Yes, the next meeting for Disaster Preparedness Task Force is September 30th at 9:30 a.m. here in the boardroom.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Because
go ahead.
we had a young lady earlier. Hold on here. First Lady, Grace Stencil, suggest a disaster preparedness task force. And I'm thinking, don't we already have one of those?
Yes.
Does she not know that we have one of those?
She's part of, go ahead. Grace is part of it.
I just get enthusiastic.
Okay.
Go ahead, Georgiana.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, what Grace was talking about is a subcommittee that would be totally volunteer and, well, not totally, but I mean primarily volunteer and resident-oriented as opposed to the big picture committee. Because she's anxious to build awareness and participation in resident volunteerism. I shouldn't be speaking for her, but she's not here. So if I've got that straight, but I work with.
We have a lot of volunteers, and they've sort of, I think, feel like they've been placed on the back burner here. And so there's been no real training, so to speak. And so it's a matter of getting it more organized. And I think Grace felt if there was like a subcommittee or something where they could move forward with this. I think that's it. I think they were expecting some actions from other people involved to move them forward, and they've got some legitimate things, like they have no access to the clubhouses, so no way to get in during an emergency. And if something happens at 3 a.m, it's not like, anyway, so it's something that needs to be moved forward.
Yeah, it feels a little disjointed. It feels, I mean, wouldn't that tear up, I guess, into the task force? So I just wanted to make sure that she was aware.
Oh, yeah.
That, okay, that's really.
Yeah, she's
at
heading
every
things up
meeting.
with volunteers. And,
Yeah.
Tony?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Subcommittee, great, but we're concerned about security. We can't be giving keys out to people that may be sick or dead or something.
Yeah.
So all that security stuff should be left to staff because they're on 24 hours a day. Something has to be open. So I'm really sensitive about giving keys out to people. And also, when first responders come here, it has to be a seamless action. It can't be, when they come here, who's the boss? Who do they listen to?
Right.
If somebody's sick, not there. So we had that problem on the waterfront. When the first responders come, they used to tell us, who's the boss? Everybody's pointing fingers in different ways. So we have to be careful about what we do there. Thank you.
I would like.
Thank you. Yes, Charlie.
A quick comment. I want to make sure, in the past meetings, at one time, CEO Foster and VMS has been working with security and the Orange County Sheriff. The Orange County Sheriff does now have a disaster plan for Laguna Woods Village. So we do have a lot of things in place that people really aren't aware of. So it's not as if we are falling behind or not getting things done. Things are doing that, and this disaster committee needs to go forward on that too. And any input from Grace or anybody in that group that she has definitely is going to be heard.
They want some training, I think so.
Yes, Maggie?
Yes, one of the hardest things, we tried to get building captains for years and years and years, and actually Andre was very good at that. But people are afraid if they're a building captain, they don't know who to call or what. All they know is who's handicapped in their building. And the office should know. So those people should be registered in the office. There's a sheet of some kind that you can fill out on the office that says you will need help, so that happens. But the building captain was never to be responsible for those people because they don't have training and so on. So all they could do is forward the information. So that was the difficulty there. So if you have a handicap, be sure that the office knows that you will need help in a disaster.
And what if you do is Paul?
Just want to remind the board we have a 1:15 for closed session.
Oh, okay, all right.
'Kay.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to Information and Technology Advisory Committee.
Our next meeting will be August 29th, and that primarily meetings about the ERP system, which continues to progress.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to future agenda item. All matters listed on the future agenda items are resolutions on 28-day public review of items for future board meetings. No action will be taken by the board on this agenda item at this meeting. The board will take action on these items at a future board meeting. Those are member disciplinary process, schedule of monetary penalties, health and safety resolutions, and governing document and revised investment policy. That will do it. All right, let's go to the director's comment. Any comments? I think we had many comments already, so move on. All right, we will recess until what time? What time is it? It's 12:20. So 12:50, can we resume?
45?
45? Okay, sure. Sure. All right, 12:45. Hurry up with the lunch and get back to the session. Closed session. Thank you very much.